Feathercrest Farms, which is a large chicken plant down in Texas, has caught on fire and kind of set social media ablaze in the last couple of days. Did you know that in the past month of January, there have actually been a lot of food processing plants and agricultural related plant fires? On January 8th, for example, a New Jersey fertilizer plant caught on fire. The same thing happened to a fertilizer plant in November in California, and there was actually another fertilizer plant in Missouri in November. November was actually a pretty bad month for fertilizer plants. There was a fertilizer plant fire also in Texas at American Food Corp, and there was another fertilizer plant fire in Texas at Sound Resource Chemicals. The fertilizer industry didn't really end 2023 on a good note. I wonder how it's going to impact fertilizer prices in the spring. All right, so I should get back to January here. Well, before we get into January, actually, I should mention the Phelps grain mill fire at the end of December and the Kershaw, South Carolina plant fire at the beginning of December. The other thing that happened in December was a chicken house fire in Pocomoke that took 18,000 chickens. Still under investigation. But that doesn't even light a candle to the 115,000 chickens in the December Middletown eggplant fire. There was also the back of the yards plant fire, but that was actually November. So we should just stick to January or we're gonna be here all day, right? So January 8th was the New Jersey fertilizer plant fire. On January 9th, the next day, the Porter County food plant fire in northwestern Indiana. Did you guys hear about that one? On January 11th, you had the SPB Solutions animal feed plant that caught on fire. On January 16th, there was a tomato and cottonseed mill that caught on fire in California. On January 22nd, this was about a week ago, there was a massive fire that broke out at a seafood plant in Washington. And this fire actually wiped out most of the crab traps that they were going to use for this year's crabbing. We had a crab shortage last year because there weren't any crabs. This year we're gonna have a crab shortage because there aren't any traps. This fire, to me, is a bit suspicious. It wiped out almost the entire fishing industry in Southwest Washington. It reeks of sabotage to me. I mean, in that part of the world, come on. On January 23rd, the next day, you had the Daybreak eggplant facility fire in Palo Alto. Blah, tongue twister. The day after that, on January 24th, you had the AG Solutions plant fire. On January 29th, Timber West in Rapid City, South Dakota, which is a timber company, they caught on fire. So there's another food plant fire in Texas on the 30th. In other news, Taylor Swift, who was recommended by the Pentagon to NATO as a PSYOP, will be headed to the Super Bowl. The Miss America superstar, who has, by the way, if you look at how much the mass media has been covering her over the past year, it is amazing. She's getting so much attention. She's getting all this attention, and because of that, her net worth has almost doubled. It's up to $1.1 billion ever since she started dating an NFL player. Grab those headlines, Taylor. I also heard that this Miss America superstar might be endorsing a president soon. Maybe it will be at the Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I mean, I like her music, she's all right, but I mean, have you ever wondered why or how she blew up like this? Well, around 4 years ago, the Pentagon's Psychological Operations Unit floated turning Taylor Swift into an asset during a NATO meeting. What kind of asset? A PSYOP for combating online misinformation. Listen.
You came in here wanting to understand how you just go out there and counter an information operation. Well, the idea is that social influence can help encourage or promote behavior change, so potentially as like a peaceful information operation. I include Taylor Swift in here because she's a fairly influential online person. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yeah, that's real. The Pentagon PSYOP unit pitched NATO on turning Taylor Swift into an asset for combating misinformation online.
I had the chance to purchase my music outright. My entire catalog was sold to Scooter Braun's Ithaca Holdings in a deal that I'm told was funded by the Soros family, 23 Capital, and the Carlyle Group.
You know, on a serious note, my wife and I often go back and forth about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry and whether or not they're like a plant here in the United States. It makes sense.